Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? Good, great. My name is Hamida Mandani, and I'm an entrepreneur, an engineer, and an enthusiast. I'm going to share a little story with you. 5 years ago, in 2015, me and my husband opened this little store in the heart of downtown Memphis. And ever since then, we wanted to have a very impactful presence online. So when I had an opportunity to do this passion project, the very first thing came to my mind to make a website for this business. And I also wanted to have an e-commerce site to this website that would enable us to have more business revenue. So before I started working on the project, I wanted to make sure I had a solid groundwork. I started looking at my different competitors' websites to make sure that I am visualizing a very solid user experience. After that, one day at lunch during school, I went to the store at Quench and hopped on the cash register system and got a dump of the entire data that's in the register to get the inventory that's in the back end. Now, what this enabled me to do is to figure out what columns from this CSV file, which looks like an Excel file, will be needed to build my backend models. Now I knew exactly what my backend is going to have. I'm going to need 3 different models. First one is going to be for the user that comes to my website. The second one is going to be for the products that's going to be on the website. And the third one was for the cart. Since now I had a good picture in mind about what's the back end looking like and what my front end should look like, it was time to connect and make the wireframes. Going forward, I did some research in the sandboxes for PayPal and Square. And then, since we all know when the scope of the project is very large, you have to break it down, right? And so I determined my phases. The first phase was definitely going to be a shopping cart. We had 3 weeks to finish this project, and I chose to finish the shopping cart piece first. The second was going to be payment processing. The third was data integration, and the fourth is wine club and delivery system. And I'm going to talk about these more in details as we go forward. So for the first phase. The first phase had, the first thing I did was implemented a secure user login using Django's user model. And then I created the products. And once I had the products in the database, I was able to display them as a list. And also you could individually go to a product and see the details page. So there was a description of each product. The next thing I implemented was a search bar on the top. So as we all use a website, we go and we use a search bar, put the name of the product you need, and then it populates. And let me show you a small demonstration. So here it is. This is Quench's website. User is going, it's a logged in user. They are going online, making a search, and all the cabinets that we own are populated. Now they make another search for Prosecco's, and all the Prosecco's show. So the second half of my phase 1 was creating a cart and being able to associate each user that goes online with an actual cart, and then adding and removing the products into the cart. Now at this point I have a toggle button, which if you click it one time, it'll add the product to the cart, and if you click it again, it takes away the product from the cart. But eventually, when I do the data integration piece, I intend to implement the quantities and have separate buttons for them. And the very last thing was implementation of the total, subtotal, and the taxes. And here is a small demonstration. So the login user here, he has an empty cart, and they look at all the products, and now they can pick a product, add to the cart, and they can continue shopping and add another product. And then a subtotal, taxes, and a total shows up. and they can choose to pay either by credit card, debit card, or PayPal by clicking a button. And the form for PayPal's debit card, credit card appears. They can click Pay Now and check out. So as you can see, I was able to complete the shopping cart piece. Phase 2 is payment processing. I'm pretty much done with that. I just need to make some checks on security and test how the payment is going through, and that's going to be ready as well. I also wanted to add a feature about a guest user. So if you did not have a login on my website, you could actually come just as a guest user, and without creating a login information, you could make the purchase. Right now, this feature is in place, but it's muted because I've not fully tested it yet. I would like to implement a discount code and quantities going forward. The phase 3 would be data integration. So whatever inventory is currently available at the store would be reflecting on my website in either like or live-like fashion. Phase 4 would be a wine club. So if you were a logged-in user and you're following Quench, and if you wanted to participate in a wine club, we would pick the best of the 6 wines and have it ready for you each month so you can come and purchase for a flat price. And then I also wanted to get a delivery dashboard. Being downtown, a lot of downtowners want us to deliver them wine, and now the law's passed and we are able to do it. So I'd like to have an admin dashboard, so if a user ordered some product online and wanted it to be delivered, a dashboard will be available for my employees to see and have it delivered to them. The technologies used, I used Python and Django frameworks along with the SQLite database for backend. For the front-end piece, I did use Django's templating engine along with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, along with favicon. For the payment merchant, like I said, I used PayPal. I just had a feeling, talking to the customers every day on an ongoing basis, I had a feeling that customers feel more secure somehow using PayPal versus Square. My learnings. Whenever we all have a big project to accomplish, we get excited. I was excited to finish all of it, but I had to stop myself somewhere and focus on what I wanted to achieve in 3 weeks, and that was my learning. Many-to-many relationships. One-to-one relationships was taught in the classroom. We had not touched many-to-many relationships, so this is something that I had to teach myself for us to have cards and products to have many-to-many relationships. Many products could be in multiple cards. Using sandboxes, a payment processor, we've not learned in the classroom, so this is something, again, I had to teach myself, play around with, and try to implement it. I think this is the best thing. Keeping a track of what you do every day in terms of what was my goal in achieving it each day and logging it in was a great learning. I think this is what made me successful. And I thank you so much for your attention. Again, my name is Hamida Mandani. You can look at other projects that I have deployed at my website, and it's called hamidamandani.com. Or you can definitely connect with me via LinkedIn or email me at mandani.hamida@gmail.com. Thank you again.